Friday, June 14th. Welcome back to Market Call Recap on the Early Buffett YouTube channel. Happy Friday. Today we had Greg Newman on the show. Well, we didn't have him on the show. BNN Bloomberg had him on the show. I just do a review of the show and take a look at the charts on the daily, but I have no affiliation with BNN or Bell Media, and I'm not a financial advisor, so please see the disclaimer in the description for all that good stuff, and don't take this as financial advice. This is just some educational content that I like to do. Take a look at the charts, show you what I'm seeing, some of the ideas that I see by looking at the patterns and support and resistance, all that stuff. So if you like that type of thing, please like, subscribe, all of that, and let's get into it. Today we had Greg Newman on the show. I like Greg's perspective. I like that he talks options too. Sometimes he's into to selling puts and selling calls, which is right in my wheelhouse. So I always like when Greg's on to get his perspective. He had three interesting picks. One that, as Amber Canmore said, was probably never a top pick on the show, which was Bombardier that we're looking at here, or as some people call it, Bombardier, or as we call it in Quebec, Bombardier. It's an interesting company. I mean, commercial aircraft. I dealt with them in the past in a past life, and it was just quite honestly a bit of a mess of a company in terms of their management. It was just the type of thing where they're so big that one arm doesn't know what the other arm's doing. So, you do a presentation in one place and then in one department, I should say, and then another department would call you for the same presentation like 1 month later when you haven't even heard from the other department. Anyways, per Greg Newman, it seems like they've got a lot of stuff figured out and that it's a different company than what it was not too long ago. So, but, fundamentally, that's one story. What are we looking at the charts here? I mean, what I see right now is a pretty strong chart, and I think they did a reverse split a while ago, I believe. But you could see this long time resistance here that dating back to 2021 September. It blasted through it in January of 23, stayed over it for a while, tested it a few times. We could see it testing it here, and then it breached, and then it back tested, rejected that 55 level, came back down, and now we've blasted through that 55 level. So you could see on the chart, this is the type of thing that, you want to be looking for, right? Right now, it's gone parabolic, right? How big is that? That's a pretty big move since this. I imagine that's an earnings situation, but 68, 69% move in less than a month. So that's a big move for Bombardier, and now we're gonna revert to the mean for sure. Be it the 50-day, be it down to the 200-day, it seems to like this area here. So unless there's special news that blasts it off, like they're in AI now, they're AI planes, and it'll go to the moon. Just kidding, but that type of thing. I would expect it to kind of settle somewhere in the 68. Between the 50 and 200-day here, somewhere in the $68, because now it's going to want to kind of grab this guy right here, right? This should become new support, right? Because we breached through that resistance. We back tested it as well. That was 71 and change, 72, call it. And then we blasted off again. So will this thing come back down, touch the 71, 72? I would put my money on that for sure. So yeah, interesting pick there. Kind of a contrarian play because not a lot of people like Bombardier, but that's neither here nor there. So TFII International, trucking company, which is interesting. This has been a really nice performer over the long term. And my interactive brokers are going to go wonky here with all these weird bids, but slow and steady as she goes, right? Nice, nice dip by opportunity here. You could see how it's hugged the 200-day every time it's gone back down and touched it. And now we're seeing some weakness here. It tried to get through that last, $200 point there. It barely got to it and rejected. It only stayed above that 50-day for, a few days here and then got hit right back down. So I'd expect this guy to kind of settle at the 200-day and go from there. But it's hard to say, they're trucking. It's who's to know, if we have a slowing economy, which a lot of people, we have a slowing economy in Canada. If it starts to slow down in the States, these guys will be affected there. So that might be priced into the stock here. But on the whole, you could see it's not rocket science here. It's settling at this level right here, which is call it 187. It's sitting around there, and you could probably expect it to kind of meander for a while. And obviously over the long term, it'll probably keep going higher if they keep executing. He likes it for their light truck improvement, light truck side of the business, free cash flow, M&A. These guys are serial acquirers as well, right? So good balance sheet. So he likes a lot of stuff about it, and I think the chart looks nice as well. So next, last but not least, was Amazon. What do we have on Amazon here? I mean, needs no introduction, right? But Greg he likes the tech space, and this one hasn't really gone crazy. He, mentions AWS, which has gone up 17% over the last year. So accelerating cloud growth, enabler of our future. I like that. That term. So generative AI, of course, they're in that space as well. He sees that as the crown jewel, and possibly not entirely priced into the stock, but I mean, this thing is steady as she goes. But we're coming up to that. It was 2021 before it got knocked down, and we're into that space now. I'd say we've breached it for all intents and purposes. Call it 180-ish, but we're meandering. So who knows where this is going to go from here, but I wouldn't bet against Amazon, that's for sure. So hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to write a comment down below, and please like, subscribe, all of that. It really helps. I've done many of these and I haven't missed a day yet. So I put in a lot of effort to kind of show you guys what I'm seeing. So I hope it's appreciated, and have a great weekend, everyone. And I'll see you on Monday.